Welcome back to my channel, Joidala Fashion Guide. I am Joidala, aka Joidala. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a bust size chart that you can easily refer to when you are working. In this chart, I'm going to be looking at how to calculate the armhole depth, the armhole length, the bust span, the cap height, neck width, and neck depth. This is one chart you would like to make so that you just keep it handy, and then anytime you are just sewing your fabrics, your clothes, you can easily just refer to it. Okay, now the bust circumference is the most important part of the measurement that you ever think of. With the bust measurement, the bust circumference, you can get virtually every other measurement. So in this measurement today, I'm not really talking about the waist measurement or the hip measurement. My major emphasis is on the bust circumference, because with the bust circumference you can even calculate the shoulder. With the bust circumference you can calculate the neck width and the neck depth. With the bust circumference you can calculate the armhole depth. With the bust circumference you can calculate armhole length. With the bust circumference you can calculate the bust span, which is the nipple to nipple, the distance between one bust to another. You can even calculate the neck width and neck depth, like I said before. So there are so many things you can calculate from the bust circumference. So that is why I said the bust circumference is the most important part of our measurements. So in this chart today, I'm going to be showing you how to create the chart, and then I'm going to be showing you the basic formulas and calculations that you need to do. If this is what you are interested in, then ensure to watch this video to the end, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like my video, share my video, and of course leave comment below in the comment section so that I will know that you have watched it, and also what you think about the video. I want you to give me feedback on the video, and above all, I'll really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and just help my channel grow. Okay, so without further ado, let's go right to the board. We are going to be using the board for our illustration today. So let's have bust size chart. And in this bust size chart, we are going to be looking at armhole depth. AHD stands for armhole depth. AHL stands for armhole length. The BS is bust, so bust span, cap height, neck width, and neck depth. So AHD, I mean armhole depth. AHL, I mean armhole length. And then bust span, which is also known as the nipple to nipple, and then we have the cap height, and then the neck width, neck depth. Now the bust size that we are going to be considering today, we are going to be considering a bust of 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. Now after listening to this class, you can go ahead and just extend yours maybe up to 50. Okay, so the first measurement the first calculation I'm going to be explaining today is the armhole depth. Armhole depth. Armhole depth. There are two ways to calculate the armhole depth. The first method is to use the shoulder measurement. So the first method, you just divide the shoulder by 2. You divide the shoulder by 2, and then you have the armhole depth. Or you use the other common formula, which is the bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5. So this is a common formula that you can easily use. Okay, so the next one is the armhole length. Armhole length. The armhole length is simply the bust circumference divided by 4. The bust circumference divided by 4. And then the next one there is the bust span. The bust span. To calculate the bust span, there are two ways to do it. Either you use the bust circumference divided by 4 and then you subtract 2 from the answer. Okay, that will give you the bust span. And then there's another formula that you can also use, but this will give it to you on fold. So you have the bust divided by 8 minus 1. When we say bust span, we simply mean the distance from one nipple to another. So that is why it's also called the nipple to nipple. So the first formula we give you the span, while the second one divided by 8, we give it to you on fold when you fold your fabric into 2. Okay, so both will still give you the same answer. So this one is when your fabric is on fold. Fabric on fold. Then this one is when it is not on fold. Okay, so that is bust span. And then the next one there is cap height. Cap height. I'll just say CH. Now to calculate the cap height, there are two ways you can calculate the cap height. You either use the bust circumference divided by 12, okay, plus 1. Bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1. Or you use the armhole depth divided by 2 plus quarter, and quarter is same as 0.25. So these are the two methods you can use to calculate the cap height. The cap height. The first method is to divide the bust by 12, and then the answer you add 1 to it. The second method is to divide the armhole depth by 2 and add quarter inch to the answer. And then the next calculation is the neck width. Neck width. The neck width, there are two ways you can also calculate the neck width. The first one is to use the neck circumference. So you can divide the neck circumference by 5. You divide the neck circumference by 5, or you use the bust circumference divided by 12. That will give you the neck width. And then for the neck depth, the neck depth is simply neck width minus 0.5, okay, which is bust circumference divided by 12 minus 0.5. So these are how to do the calculations that we are going to be making use of. Okay, I'll just run through one more time. The armhole depth. So you can see that the bust circumference is reflecting on all the formulas. So that's why I said the bust circumference is the most important measurement of the body. Armhole depth, bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5, or use the shoulder divided by 2. Armhole length, bust circumference divided by 4. The bust span, bust circumference divided by 4 minus 2, or bust circumference divided by 8 minus 1, and that will give it to you on fold. That is, it will give you half of it. So what you simply need to do is just to multiply by 2 and you get the full bust span. And then for cap height, you have the bust circumference divided by 12 plus 1, or the armhole depth divided by 2 plus 0.25, which is a quarter of an inch. and then the neck width is the neck circumference divided by 5, or the bust circumference divided by 12. And once you have the neck width, just subtract 0.5 from it, and that will give you the neck depth. So we are going to be looking at some example. Okay, some examples. So let me use a common one first. 36. Okay, let me just start from the beginning. The beginning, we have bust 34. So from the formula, from what I've explained, to calculate the armhole depth of bust 34, you simply divide 34 by 6 and add 1.5. 34 divided by 6 plus 1.5, and that will give you 7.16, and this can be approximated to 7.2. And then for the armhole length, we said bust circumference divided by 4. So 34 divided by 4 will give us the armhole length, and that will give us 8.5. Okay, and then another way you can easily just calculate that without using your calculator is just to use your tape. Okay, so you go to 34, you fold the tape into 2, and then you fold again. You fold again, so that will give you 8.5. So that's another way to calculate without using your calculator. So for the bust span, we said bust span is bust divided by 4 minus 2. Okay, so this is already bust divided by 4. Just subtract 2 from that, and then you have 6.5. And then for the cap height, we said cap height is bust divided by 12 plus 1. So you do 34 divided by 12 plus 1, and that will give you 3.83. So we can approximate this to 3.8. And then neck width, we said the neck width is the bust divided by 12. Bust circumference divided by 12, and that will give us 2.83. Okay, and then when you subtract 0.5 from that, you have 2.33. So this you can just approximate to 2.8, and this you can approximate to 2.3. So this neck width and neck depth that we are talking about is a basic measurement. Okay, the neck width, we said, is the bust divided by 12. Now to have the neck depth, okay, we said we just subtract 0.5. Now when you subtract 0.5, you are going to have, it's going to be here. Okay, so if you want the measurement, if you want it to just rest here, that is, if I should place my tape like this now, here, that is where the minus 0.5 will be. So if you want the neckline to come down, then you add 0.5. If you want the neckline to come down a bit, then you add 0.5. So if, for example, you made use of 3.5 for the neck width, neck depth, you can use 4 inches. Okay, but if you want, it depends on the style you are making. If it's going to be a turtleneck, you can then you subtract ½ inch. If you just want it to just be by the neck, okay, but if you want it to come down, then you add 0.5, which is ½ inch. Okay, so it varies with the style you are making. So let's go back. Next one is bust 36. Bust 36. From our formula, we said 36. We said armhole depth will be 36 divided by 6 plus 1.5. So 36 divided by 6 will give us 6, and then by the time you add 1.5 to that, you are going to have 7.5. That will give us 7.5. And then for the armhole length, bust 36, just divide it by 4, and that will give us 9. Okay, then for the bust span, you just subtract 2 from this 9. Bust span, you just say 36 divided by 4, then the answer is subtract 2. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 minus 2 will give us 7. That will give us 7. And then for the cap height, that will be 36 divided by 12. If you divide 36 by 12, you are going to have 3, then plus 1, and that will give us 4. And then for the neck width, 36 divided by 12, that will give us 3. And then for neck depth, just subtract 0.5 from 3, and that will give us 2.5. So that is how we are going to continue with when you are creating the charts. So bust 38, armhole depth of bust 38 will be 38 divided by 6, and then the answer, you add 1.5 to that, so that will give us 7.83. So you can approximate it to 7.8. And then for the armhole length, 38 divided by 4, and that will give us 9.5. Subtract 2 from that, and that will give us 7.5. That will give us the bust span. So when you subtract 2 from armhole length, you have bust span. And then cap height, divide the bust by 12 and add 1 to that, and that will give us cap height. So we have 4.16, and we can approximate this to 4.2. Okay, so 38 divided by 12 will give us the neck width, which is 3.16. Okay, and we can approximate that to 3.2. And then for the neck depth, subtract 0.5 from 3.16, and that will give us 2.66, and we can approximate this to 2.7. So I want to show you something. In the armhole length, you discover that it is increasing by 0.5. Okay, so bust 34, 36, these bust sizes, they are in twos: 34, 36, 38, 40, 42. That is not to say that you cannot have a bust size that is in between. Okay, of course someone can have maybe bust 35. So the same way you are going to calculate it also applies. Okay, bust 35. Bust 35, what will be the armhole length? Bust 35, the armhole length will be will be 8.75. 8.75, that will be the armhole length. 8.75. So if you are going to create your own bust chart, for example, and you want it to show 34, 35, 36, and so on, the armhole length is going to be increasing by quarter. It will be increasing by quarter. But if you do it in twos, just as I have done, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, the armhole length is going to be increasing by half. The same thing applies to the bust span. It will be increasing by half. Okay, so the armhole length of bust 40 if you know bus 38, just add 0.5 to that, and that will give you the one for bus 40, which will be 10. Or you simply just divide 40 by 4 and it will give you 10. 42 divided by 4 and then you have 10.5. Okay, the armhole depth 40 divided by 6 and then add 1.5 to it, that will give 8.16, which you can also approximate as 8.2. 42 divided by 6, it will give you 7, then add 1.5 to that, that will give you 8.5. And then for the bus span, once you've already divided by 4, just subtract 2 and you will have your bus span. So 10 minus 2, you will have 8. 10.5 minus 2, you will have 8.5. So the cap height of bus 40, 40 divided by 12 plus 1, 40 divided by 12 plus 1, and that will give us 4.33, which we can approximate to 4.3. And then the cap height of bus 42, 42 divided by 12 plus 1, and that will give us 4.5. Okay, then the neck width, the bust divided by 12 will give us neck width. Bust divided by 12 will give us neck width, so that will be 3.33, which is also 3.3. And when you subtract 0.5 from this, you will have the neck depth. You have the neck depth. So 42 divided by 12, you have 3.5, which is the neck width. Subtract 0.5 from that and that will give us 3, which will be the neck depth. So this is how to create a size chart. Okay, so you can decide to also make for bus 32, and then you can also decide to make for bus 44, even up to 50. The only thing you just have to do is just to know the basic formula, which I have explained here. So once you know your basic formula, then you can create a bust size chart like this that covers armhole depth, armhole length, bust span, cap height, neck width and neck depth, and that will make your job very, very easy. You just make a chart like this. You can make it on a cardboard paper and just paste it somewhere, maybe close to your working table, and then you can easily refer to it. So we have come to the end of this class. I hope you find these tutorials helpful. Let me know what you think by leaving comments below in the comment section. And then there is any video you want me to make, kindly suggest it in the comment section as well. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also share this video and please subscribe to my channel. I want to say thank you for watching, and until next time when I come your way again, I remain Joidala. Bye.